working on the cabbage dishes today, and I have the largest of the cabbages that I purchased. Just comparing it to my pot because I need to get the leaves ready for stuffed cabbage rolls. We're steaming our head of cabbage. In the meantime, I'm going to need some rice, so I'm cooking up a cup of rice according to package directions. Our rice is done. Just gonna let that cool. I'm gonna use some for a different recipe later in the week too. That's why I need a little extra. We have our celery and onion. I just have one small onion and half a cup of celery chopped. I'm gonna saute it in some butter. You could use oil if you would like, or water if you want to stay away from fat. And I turned our cabbage off. Going to let it cool a bit and take it out and try to peel the leaves off as best I can. I'm going to add some of that celery and onion mixture to the meat. I'm using a meatloaf mixture. I usually use a pound for this recipe, but this is a little more. And I have an egg, salt and pepper, a few other seasonings to taste. I think I might use our no salt farm dust. And then for the sauce, we're going to need some lemon juice. I have brown sugar here and tomato soup. You can also add or substitute tomato sauce, but the tomato soup gives it a sweetness. We like it either way. This happens to be a recipe from someone I used to work with, and we tried it and really enjoyed it. So we're going to make it this way this time. And if I don't have enough sauce, I may just add a little bit of, if I don't have enough tomato soup for the sauce, I may add a little tomato sauce to stretch it. This is the makings of the sauce. I put half of the celery and onion into the meat mixture, and I have my condensed tomato soup, lemon juice, and brown sugar here in this pan, and I'm getting ready to add my soup can full of water to see how much sauce we'll get here. This is a sweet and sour variety of old-fashioned stuffed cabbage rolls. Here's what the meat mixture looks like. The onion, celery, and rice were still a little warm. I'm just gonna let them hang out there for a few minutes until I try to get the cabbage apart. And I may add the tomato sauce to my sauce mixture. You can sub regular tomato sauce, pasta sauce, for the tomato soup if you like. I have my cabbage out of the pot. I just dumped the water and put a little cold water in so I could handle it. Pulled it out. The core is right there, the top of it anyway. Continue to core as we go. But I wanted to show you, I'm taking out this fibrous stem so that the rolls can be more easily rolled. Here's a little glimpse how I'm removing the leaves. I'm just peeling them back, rolling them back, loosening them as I go. And then I'm cutting out that stem part so we have some nice leaves. And if you rip any, that's fine. I only make this once or twice a year, so I'm gonna cut myself some slack if they're not perfect. And you should too. If the leaves are too big and you need to trim some off the bottom or wherever, you can always keep that and put it in with one of the other dishes we're going to be making. Here's one of our cabbage leaves on a plate. Just gonna put 2 tablespoons, maybe a little more because these are really big leaves, of the meat mixture in there, and then we're gonna roll it up. Wanted to show you what I have left of my cabbage. Yes, we could peel some more leaves. So if you have a larger family, you could get probably a few more decent sized leaves off of a large head of cabbage. And excuse my dishwasher noise, but we have bad storms coming, so I wanted to make sure I got everything done before they hit. So we started the dishwasher early today. The sky is threatening. I don't feel any intense winds yet. But we have 4 in this casserole dish, 4 rolls, stuffed cabbage rolls, and 5 in this one. We have our sauce. I'm going to spoon it equally between these 2 casserole dishes, and since this is so much work, I'm going to bake both of them, cool one, eat one, and have one to stick in the freezer for a freezer meal to just pop in the oven. Someday we want a nice, comforting meal without all of the work. And then I'll show you what we can do with the rest of the cabbage. Our 2 casserole dishes of stuffed cabbage rolls with the sauce are going into a 350-degree oven for an hour. My recipe does not instruct to cover the casserole dishes, but if you find yours are drying out, then I would go ahead and cover them. You don't want to fill them too full because the cabbage probably will let more juices out, and the meat as well. We don't want an overflow. This center of the cabbage wasn't as tender, but as you can see, I have it sliced in cabbage steak like portions, and you can use it for this application if you like. Broil it with olive oil, maybe some cheese topping as a main dish or side dish with a meat. Or you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop it up further. And we're going to have it with bacon and onion. If you want to make it into a main dish, you could also fry it with some potato or kielbasa. The cabbage rolls are out of the oven. They did start to brown a little on top. They look juicy and delicious. I got some bread out to thaw. I'm going to make some garlic bread to dip in the juices. Cabbage rolls are done, so is the garlic bread. Our second meal from our cabbages. Remember yesterday we made our old-fashioned stuffed cabbage rolls and we had the inside left of our huge cabbage. Well, today we're going to use it up. I have some bacon, and you probably wouldn't really need this much. I'm not sure I'm going to use it all. An onion and the cabbage and some seasonings. Our onions cut up and ready to go, and our cabbage. Now you have your drippings in the pan. Oh, there's a piece of bacon we forgot. Gotta get you out of there first. We're gonna add our onions. Saute them around for a little bit, and then our cabbage. The chopped cabbage is in the pan, and I stirred it all around to try to coat the cabbage with the bacon grease and onion. Seasoned a little with our go-to seasoning lately. A little no salt farm dust. Just gonna let this cook a little while with the lid on and break down the cabbage. While I'm waiting for the cabbage to cook down a little bit, I have to babysit this bacon, make sure nothing happens to it. The only problem is, who's going to babysit Birdie? If you don't have bacon, you could use smoked sausage, even hot dogs, ground beef, pork, ground sausage, anything probably would go good with this. You can have a meatless meal and just use vegetable oil, olive oil. You could mash some potatoes and serve it over top, or fry up some potatoes with it. That would be delicious too. Now that our cabbage is tender, I'm going to add our bacon back in. And our cabbage is done. Fried with bacon and onions. And I'm going to serve it with some garlic bread left over from yesterday. For our last cabbage dish, you're going to see why these work so well together, these three different cabbage dishes. We have our leftover rice from our stuffed cabbage rolls. We needed to cook some rice, so I just cooked extra, tucked it away in the fridge. And then I won't bore you with more chopping of cabbage and frying it with onions. I have some here. And you can make it look different if you like skinny strips or however you like to cut your cabbage for stir fries. And I have a little sesame oil, some coconut aminos, or you can use some soy sauce, some hoisin sauce. And if you want some spice, there's chili garlic sauce, a little bit of ginger paste, and I'll scramble some eggs for at the end. And we'll have some fried rice. If you like meat in this dish, you could just go ahead and cook it now and set it aside, then stir it in at the end. Here I am hard at work and ignoring filming. I have my rice and cabbage, hoisin sauce, about a tablespoon. Just went around once, but it's kind of thick. Coconut aminos, probably about 2 tablespoons of that, and a scant teaspoon of the chili garlic sauce. My ginger paste isn't opened. I don't think I'm gonna put that in this time. I'm just getting ready to scramble my eggs and add those. Another good addition would be peas and carrots or some other kind of vegetable medley. As you can see, I did end up adding peas and carrots, just a half of a bag of frozen peas and carrots. Thought it would add some color. And then I'll save the rest for later in the week. Either gonna make Pappy fish and macaroni and cheese, and that would go with that, or maybe some hamburger stroganoff. So, seemed sensible. And there you have it. The peas added a little color, the carrots, and the peas added some protein too, along with the eggs. Have a little bit of vegetable fried rice.